Well, I guess third time is the charm. Fast and the Furious female spinoff hits the road with 3 writers, and they're probably all female. Third time's the charm, I guess, right? Ocean's 8, Ghostbusters 2016, Fast and the Furious, why not? Oh, and don't forget about A-Force. So let's take a look at this real quick. Fast and the Furious female spinoff appears to be on the fast track, as Vin Diesel just announced the writing team that will bring the film to life. And he announced this on Instagram. You see him with Michelle Rodriguez here. I think that's who it is. She's looking a little old. So the story's going to focus on her and 2 other female characters who they haven't announced. It's like, oh, we've done this couple of times now. I can think of Ocean's 8, which did terribly. Ocean 8 doesn't measure up to the previous numbers. And you go over there, remember Ghostbusters. Ghostbuster reboot director knows why his movie failed. And I'm surprised he admitted this, because it is partially a factor other than the movie not being good about why people don't like these. And he says it right here. I think it kind of hampered us a little bit because the movie became so much of a cause. I think for some of our audience, they were like, what the F? We don't want to go to a cause. We just want to go to a FN movie. Now, that's actually a very good statement by him, even though he trashed fans constantly and called them, isms and phobes all the time on social media. He actually wasn't too far off there. These movies feel like a cause. And not just that, they never feel natural. How do you make that, especially if we're going to do Marvel, right? The fan-made A-Force poster proves we need an all-female Marvel movie. Kevin Feige's been asked straight up, are you going to make A-Force? And he said, it's in the cards or something. He's considering it, and I guarantee he will try it. My problem with movies like this, especially like this A-Force movie, is how do you make that feel natural? That like, hey, Thor and Captain America are out there, but, we don't need them men's. Captain Marvel don't need no man. It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't work. It's stupid. And then imagine if you did an all-male Avengers movie. Oh, Lord, how that would go over. In fact, this is such a terrible idea that even the Mary Sue, that's right, the biggest NPC outlet there is, doesn't want it. We're getting a female Fast and the Furious spinoff whether we want it or not. You know it's a bad idea when the Mary Sue is even saying it's a bad idea. And this is the Mary Sue we're talking about here, right? How many videos have I done on them and their stupidity? But of course, they're all for some other things, but I'm surprised that this happened. So this was actually a nice little quote that they put in here. Okay, as much as I enjoy this franchise and the women in it, I'm sorry you enjoy this franchise, I'm not sure if I'm totally on board for an all-female spinoff. I like all these actresses, but the all-female spinoff trend often seems like it's going to be set up to fail. For one, these films are forever compared to their male counterparts, and besides, why not do a better job of integrating the female characters into the upcoming sequels instead of shuffling them around? Yeah, I actually agree with that point. Why don't you just keep them in the sequel? In fact, better yet, here's a better idea. Why don't you just not make any more Fast and the Furious sequels? I'm sick of these movies. In fact, I stopped watching them because they have nothing to do with car racing. They're always about taking down drug cartel people. The first one was central about racing. It was in the racing the underground racing scene and stuff. Everything else is about taking down gangs and stuff. That's not what I want to see. The only 2 that really did a good job with capturing the racing element is the Tokyo Drift one and the first one. The rest of them are just unnecessary trash. But this is for sure coming. I'm surprised that they're doing 2 sequels, chapters 9 and 10, this spinoff, and a movie called Fast and the Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Is there really that much of a demand for Fast and the Furious? I'm really blown away by that. Really blown away. It's like America.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
So, yeah, those never work, and I'm just not, I'm kind of dumbfounded. And you know the Terminator movie that's coming out is all women focused, so that's going to be a bomb as well. And it has nothing to do with the fact that it's all female. It's just that these do end up always turning into a cause, and it's just like you're doing this for the sake of doing it, not because it makes the story better. And I just think it's stupid. Just make a good movie. You know, if you can make a good movie and have a reasonable plot or something, or why that needs to be, I get it. But if you're just trying to crank out a movie just because it has all female protagonists in it, I think that that's kind of stupid. And apparently so do all audiences, because all of these reboots or spin-offs that are all whammons always do bad. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that. There wasn't too much to talk about, but I did want to touch on this Bill Maher thing. If you haven't seen that, he had like a 5-minute editorial during his show where he kind of craps on people who like comics. And they were really like, he doubled down basically on the stuff he said about Stan Lee back in November. And he doubles down on it here, and he's like, I'm not glad Stan Lee's gone. I'm upset that you're alive. And he even comments how he lost 40,000 Twitter followers. It's like, dude, man, grow up. Like, what's your deal, man? He's telling other people to grow up. You need to grow up. What do you care so much about what people like? Okay. I just don't like this guy. And then you've got Kevin Smith here being a wuss. Yes, Bill Maher took a shot at me during his show last night in the midst of his latest rant about Stan Lee and adults who like comic books. No, I'm not mad at Bill. Bill may talk tough, but he's a stoner like me and a real pussycat when confronted. Like, what? Like, do you have a spine, Kevin Smith? I don't think you do. But anyway, I don't know if I don't really want to do a full video on this because I'll end up ranting and swearing and probably get in trouble. So that might be something for a future live stream to go off about. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the Fast and the Furious Whammon edition. Let me know what you think about Bill Maher or anything else you got to say. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit the subscription button if you're new. Check out the links. Like I said, got a link to my StreamMe, Patreon, and Twitch. And I will see you guys on the next one.